Albania, on southeastern Europe's Balkan Peninsula, is a small country with Adriatic and Ionian coastlines and an interior crossed by the Albanian Alps. The country has many castles and archaeological sites. Capital Tirana centers on sprawling Skanderbeg Square, site of the National History Museum. Albanian food is a splendid blend of Mediterranean and Balkans cuisine. The produce is amusing and colorful, while the meat is tender. With foods characterized by the rural areas, mountainous regions and coastline, there are so many exciting flavors to try in Albania. Get ready for divine tastes and textures as we explore the traditional Albanian foods and what makes them so delicious. Let's get ready to dig in. Asher, or dessert porridge of grains, fruit, and nuts. Asher is a traditional Albanian dessert that originated from Turkey. It has a gelatin consistency that melts in your mouth, giving you the chance to taste the nuts or dry fruit that it is made with. Asher can best be described as a sweet porridge that is served cold. It is a popular Albanian dessert that is traditionally eaten during the first month of the Islamic calendar. However, you can easily find this tasty dessert in any pastry in Albania all year round. It is a great healthy choice for whenever you have a sweet tooth. Bajrak, or Albanian pie. Albanian pies remain one of the most preferred traditional foods. People love them because they can take the pies on the go for a quick meal or snack. There are many different types of fillings that can go into a bajrak. These include meat, spinach, feta cheese, onions, tomatoes, or cottage cheese, which is the most popular of them all. Not only does this dish have different types of fillings, but it can also come in different shapes. This all depends on the region where you try it. Bajrak is usually served with Greek yogurt or dale. The older generation usually eats bajrak after the main course. Others eat it most frequently as a quick snack or as a closing plate. It is still common for Albanians to make bajrak at home, although you can also find them in local restaurants and shops that specifically sell these pies. Furges, or summer stew. Furges is one of the most traditional foods in Albania. This dish consists mainly of tomato sauce, cottage cheese, green peppers, and garlic. It is called a summer stew for the main reason that many Albanians like to eat it after it has gone cold. The best way to eat this dish is to wait for it to cool down for about 2 to 3 hours. This gives it a thicker consistency and makes the ingredients more stand out. Furges is usually eaten only with bread. You can dip a toasted bread in the dish and eat it. The dish is not really a typical menu option in Albanian restaurants, but you can try it in countryside restaurants that serve traditional food. Flyja, or baked grapes. This dish is common in the northern region of Albania and Kosovo. It is a simple recipe that is usually made in Albanian homes or served in local traditional restaurants. Flyja is an easy crepe-like dish that has a crispy texture at the top and softer texture at the bottom. The added butter gives Flyja its delicious taste. The dish is usually served with fresh dairy such as cheese or yogurt. Gjani me fasul, or white bean soup. White bean soup has remained a top-rated dish in the Albanian cuisine. This was one of the most commonly prepared dishes during the Albanian famine era, as it was the cheapest to cook and also the most filling. Even though the famine passed, white bean soup didn't lose its popularity. The soup is made with tomato sauce, onions, and white beans, and it is often served with pickled vegetables or Greek yogurt. Most Albanians eat this soup with kulak, which is homemade baked bread. Kakaval me firmi tomate, or baked cheese with tomatoes. Kakaval is a traditional Albanian cheese that comes from the cow or sheep. The consistency of kakaval cheese changes depending on the kind of animal it comes from. Albanians love to eat this cheese with different types of traditional dishes. Usually, they bake kakaval along with chopped tomatoes and additional herbs. Baked cheese with tomatoes acts as a side dish, as the melted cheese adds flavor when eaten with different kinds of meat. It is really common to find it in Albanian grill house restaurants. Peshk përimi një tavë, or fish and vegetables. Since most of Albania is near the Mediterranean Sea, you can probably guess it will have at least one traditional dish consisting of fish. Almost every restaurant in Albania has a dish that is worth trying at least once, and that is the baked fish and vegetable dish. Usually, the fish is only cleaned from the outside and just put in the stove along with chopped vegetables, all topped with olive oil and salt. This dish is commonly associated with wine or sometimes even raka. It is a signature dish that is loved by most foreigners who try it. Patula, or fried dough. Fried dough is a popular dish eaten all throughout the Balkan. In Albania, fried dough is traditionally served in many different ways. Patula is commonly eaten as a snack or during dinner. You can find food stands that serve fried dough combined with a topping of your choice throughout Tirana and Durrës. Toppings include chocolate, strawberry jam, shredded cacaval cheese, or ketchup. Fried dough is quick and easy to cook in most Albanian households. The most common way to eat them is with feta cheese or honey. Another less popular but delicious topping it is eaten with mainly in the northern region is Greek yogurt and garlic. Albanian fried dough is heavier in consistency than donuts but has the same crispy outside and soft inside. But or lamb meatballs. When visiting Albania, you may find a lot of grill houses serving plain meatballs. In fact, traditional Albanian meatballs are different than what you might think when ordering spaghetti and meatballs in Western cuisines. Kofte is made only from lamb meat that is diced and mixed with herbs. The meatballs are usually served with a variety of vegetables and sour cream. Meatballs made in Albanian homes are a little different than what you may find in a typical Albanian restaurant. Homemade meatballs are mixed with breadcrumbs and shaped in a flat round form. In most cases, Albanians eat these meatballs with tomato soup. Many countryside restaurants in Albania make meatballs the homemade way as well. Sarm, or cabbage rolls filled with meat and rice. Sarm is featured in many Eastern European and Balkan countries as a traditional dish. However, each country has its own unique way of preparing this dish. In Albania, sarm is made mostly in the northern region. It is simply cabbage rolls filled with rice and shredded meat. These cabbage rolls are either boiled alone or made into a stew. In most cases, sarm is served with yogurt or dale. It is mostly cooked by the older generation, and it is a traditional dish that is slowly fading away. However, you can still find this dish in some northern traditional restaurants in Albania. Spaghetti mirërias, or bell peppers stuffed with rice. Stuffed bell peppers are a very popular local dish. They are widely served throughout all regions of Albania and can be found in countryside restaurants that serve traditional food. The dish consists of green bell peppers that are stuffed with rice. The exact recipe changes depending on the way it was passed on. Some Albanians add chopped lamb meat or tomatoes rather than just rice. The stuffed peppers then are baked and served hot. This dish is served with Greek yogurt, feta cheese, or dale. Adding chili peppers or black pepper to this dish is also common amongst Albanians as the spicy kick complements the dish's mild taste. Tarator or cold yogurt appetizer. This appetizer is a great dish that Albanians usually eat before a meat-based entree. It is usually served during the summer due to it being rather cold when served. The dish is made with Greek yogurt, cold water, shredded cucumber, and salt. The appetizer has the consistency of a soup, so it is normal for this dish to be served in a bowl. It tastes very similar to the traditional Albanian drink dale. This is the reason why many foreigners find it surprising when they see tarator served in a bowl. This appetizer is beloved mostly by the older generation as youngsters prefer dale because it is more practical to consume. Tavkosi or baked lamb or chicken in yogurt. In Albania, chicken baked in yogurt is a beloved traditional dish, commonly served at lunchtime. It is widely known throughout the Balkan as elbisa and tava. It has been named from the Albanian city from where the dish originated. Tavkosi is usually made with lamb meat but some Albanians also use chicken as an option. The yogurt is mixed with rice and eggs and baked together with the meat. This dish has a very unique taste. The baked yogurt has a soft texture and tastes a bit sour, while the meat balances it well, giving the dish its juicy meaty flavor. Trials, or also known as milk cake, is a light Albanian dessert that originates from Turkish cuisine. It is a popular dessert that is made out of 3 different kinds of milk that include evaporated milk, heavy cream, and condensed milk. The cake is then topped with brown syrup that gives it a strong sweet taste. Depending on the region, this Albanian cake can be light and consisting of air bubbles or concentrated and thick. The consistency of the cake itself all depends on how much butter is used in the recipe. Trials has a very unique taste that can be described as lightly crispy and sweet at the top, soft and light in the middle, and juicy on the bottom. However, this dessert is not for everyone. Most people that haven't gotten used to the taste might find the soft and moist texture of the trials too overpowering to eat. If you love a soft, moist, and sweet dessert, then you can find this cake in any Albanian pastry shop. Albanian food is rife with citrus fruits, Mediterranean staples like olive oil and wheat, and tender fish and meats. From there, the Balkan influence has brought a range of wonderful pies, pastries, and desserts to Albanian cooking. Across the country, the terrain has a huge influence on the types of food served. You can find so many new dishes if you travel to different places. In Albanian culture, too, food plays a huge role. Families regularly eat together, and a wide range of foods are prepared. You'll never be too far away from delicious food in Albania. It's a country proud of its relationship with food.